Hi, Jermaine.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's more than a pleasure because, Jermaine, we know each other for a long time. Back in New York.
Back in New York.
I think you're, you're from America, you're from the East Coast, Baltimore. And at the time, I think I was dancing with the Ailey Company.
Yes,
and
you
that's what we
Did my
met.
first summer at Ailey in '97.
Okay, 97. We talk about dates now. Okay. The thing is, I have to say something about you. It's because when we are in a company like Ailey Company, we have this kind of talks. It's about who is the talent of the year, who comes in the school, and your name was always there.
Wow.
And it's always like, have you seen this guy? And who is that? Jermaine. Oh, no, I haven't seen it. And then I saw you as a student, and then I saw you as a professional dancer, and it's been really amazing to see your growth. And today, now, you're stepping a new chapter, you're doing a new chapter, and it's so nice, and I'm so happy to give you the opportunity to create a piece for Rambert 2.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. Yeah. I'm super excited for this opportunity. Also because I think I said to you, like, I never imagined myself choreographing. I never imagined myself being in this position. Not really, where I'm the person at the front of the room. I love to be in the mix with people, but to be the one in charge, I was like, no way. So now that is becoming a bit more evident and more real to me, I'm just beyond happy and honored that you decided to offer the opportunity to me. Like, I don't take it lightly at all. So thank you.
You know what's interesting, what you talk about, it's true, you're a performer. So your place, your platform is the stage. You're conveying some ideas physically and even as well emotionally. And now you're stepping on the other side and you're creating, and I would be interested to see what are your influences or how you are approaching your work with the Rambert 2.
Part of it is, a big part of it is through improvisation. I feel like that was a really big catalyst for a lot of change in my dancing and in my development as a dancer and an artist. Being challenged through various ways of improvising, be it structured improvisation or something where someone was like, just do something. And you're in a room with your peers and your colleagues and you're like, what does that mean? But you have to figure it out, We're from the generation where it's like, figure it out. There's no time to wait. So improvisation really kind of developed that for me, the figuring it out and using what I did learn in another context and then using that in another context. And realizing that no matter who I'm working with or what I'm working on, I can always bring all my tools. So I'm trying to offer that to the dancers as well. Improvisation for the sake of my piece, but also for the sake of you can use this for whatever, whenever, longevity, for the rest of your time that you're doing this.
It's very important for Rambert to encounter artists like you, because it's true. The goal in Rambert 2 is to give keys, access to different type of, even different approach, quality of movement, even the way you are moving. And I'm hoping that they get those keys throughout the year.
Me too.
And they keep them.
Yes.
And they apply them for different work.
Yes.
So is your work part improvised, part choreographed?
It is. There's definitely some sections that are more heavily choreographed, and then some sections that are very improvised, but with a structure and a frame around it. And I find that when people, for myself, when I was in that between something that I knew and something that I couldn't predict, that's when I discovered the most. And I find that when I see performances and I recognize people in that state, that's also when I'm compelled the most, is when there's the mixture. I've worked with Crystal Pite for over 10 years now. And Crystal always talks about the meeting of your instincts and your intellect and tension, and how tension is necessary. And in that zone, there can be a kind of tension which is not only hard and stuck, but it's elastic. It can be both. So I'm very influenced by the idea of the in-between and all of the tensions that you can play with and that you can sort of find. I'm trying to find that in the work that I'm making.
So talk to me a bit about the piece. Is there a theme, or do you have? How did you approach the piece and what it is about?
I came here with the idea of community and with a question, which is, what is the function of an individual, or what is the function of individuality in a community, in a collective, in a group of people? And I have that question because I think just in general in life and in what we're seeing in the world at the moment, there is that tension and there is this sort of butting of heads or a collision between people wanting to fit in and people also wanting to identify themselves as themselves. And I find that there are very strange like tug-of-wars and pulls in both directions coming towards us from the media and just different cultural references and the way that I am brought up in the U.S. versus the way people are brought up in Europe with certain types of value, like our value systems. Our values cause us to be in this fight in a way. And then that led me to, okay, can I find a way to illustrate that tug-of-war or that two-sidedness in people where you are a part of a group and you are doing something together and you are following a structure, but then you have all of those individuals that express themselves. Sometimes that's beautiful and harmonious and smooth and efficient, and sometimes it really is not. Sometimes it's chaotic and quite violent and, other things. So I'm trying to illustrate both. I feel like each scene in the piece, or each section in the piece is a scene or an episode of one of those types or both of those types of struggles.
This this subject matter is so relevant. It's so now, and I'm so happy. It's great that you tackle this. I came a few times to rehearsal and I saw that you use the voice.
Yes.
And to me, it's very interesting because you're challenging the artist, the dancer, in a different way. How was this? Because to have dancer talk, sometimes it can be really laborious.
For sure.
So tell us.
Again, I guess it's just coming from my own personal experience. I was never asked to use my voice as a dancer until I was almost 30. And when I was asked, I was terrified. And that was really confronting. I'm like, wow, I'm almost 30 years old, and I've been on stages for like the last more than 10 years actually, and I'm afraid to use my voice. This is crazy.
When did you use it the first time?
I used it the first time where I actually had to speak and say something that was like a text in Kohlberg Ballet. Yeah. And again, I was terrified and shaking and vibrating and voice quivering, but then you learn again. There's no backing down. So I learned, and through that process, again, something else opened up in the way that I learned to express my movement and the way that I learned to express with my body in general. So I just feel like when I'm making things now, I kind of want to offer all of the things that I feel like are valuable in a performance, but also for a performer to experience.
It's true that you encounter and you worked with a lot of choreographers. I mean, you were in Kohlberg Ballet. It's ballet?
It was at the time.
Yeah,
yes.
At the time. Harper Schechter, of course, Crystal Pite. You gave her a lot of time, and you're still working for her.
Yes.
Is there, would you say that you're inspired by all of, tell me a bit about your...
Everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
It's everybody, yeah. I'm just like a walking history book. I think we all are, everything that I do, every nuance, it's all an accumulation of all the people that I've ever worked with, including my teachers from way, 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 way back in the day.
But through your filter.
Through my filter, yes, through my eyes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
for sure.